welcome to this monochromatic sort of look. Not gonna lie, I had to Google monochromatic before I started filming. Not that I didn't know what it means. I know mono means one, and obviously monochromatic make up one colour. And the one colour in this one is purple. More purplish, sort of mauvey. That's purple, pink, purpley pink, you know what I'm talking about. But I wanted to create a look that was firstly all matte, because I feel like that's more wearable for the everyday. Like, it'd be more appropriate for, I don't know, work, uni, school, whatever you do. I mean, shimmery's nice, but it can be a bit too like bright and blah. If you just wanted something neutrally but still fun and colourful, then I think something like this is perfect. And I did also only use one palette, and actually the blush that I used also, I used that as eyeshadow, so it's going to be quite easy to recreate. And I think if I was just doing this and not recording it, I could have done it really fast, so it's perfect for an everyday sort of situation. And yeah, if you'd like to know how I got this look, then please keep watching. Okay, so I've already got my Botox feeling eyes on. We'll let that sit. Now I'm going to prime my eyes with a Sufto Paint Put. Don't know what accent that was, but it really wanted to come out. And I've said I don't like this, but this is the only one I have in my makeup bag at the moment, and I'm too lazy to get another one. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, I feel like it makes my eyes look extremely dry. But once all the eyeshadows on and all that, it's not so bad. So I'm just going to set that with some translucent powder. To wipe the powder away because the doorbell rang and I didn't want them to think I was crazy. So I just had to wipe my powder away because the doorbell rang and I didn't want the delivery man to think that, I don't know, what would he think? I was really bad at baking and got it all over my face. I guess that is true, but a different type of baking. Anyway, I'm going to take the Naked Free palette. So I'm going to take the Naked Free palette and use the shade Limit and use that as a transition colour. Then I'm just going to take this petite crease brush. Then I'm just going to take this petite crease brush. Then I'm just going to take this petite crease brush. Then I'm just going to take this petite crease brush by Zoeva and take the shade Nuna and put that in the crease just below that shade. Then I'm just going to take the Morphe M433 and go back into the shade Limit and use that again just as a transition colour to buff this out. Then I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush and just use that to buff them all together. And I'm actually just going to take some blush. This is some of the Laura Geller Down to Earth blush. And take that same crease brush and I'm going to use some of this in the crease as well. Okay, then I'm just going to take this flat shader brush, or cream shader brush, flat shader will do, same thing, and take this same blush and just put that all over the lid. This blush is so pigmented, it's almost just like a huge eyeshadow. You have to be really careful when you use it on your cheeks though, or you will end up looking like a clown. Which is why I don't typically love really pigmented blushes, but I've actually really started to like them because I've noticed the more pigmented they are, they have multiple uses, so you can use it for your eyeshadow as well, whereas if it's the sheerer blush, you can't really use it for your eyeshadow. So as long as you don't go too crazy on the cheeks, it's nice that they're really pigmented so that you can use it on your eyes as well. Save your money. Okay, so I'm just going to go back into Nuna from the Urban Decay Naked Free palette and use that in the crease again just to buff this out. Then on this even smaller little crease brush, I'm just going to take the shade, I'm just going to take a little bit of Dark Side and just put that in the outer corner. And then just moving on from the eyes, I'm going to dust off this powder. And then of course bronze up the face, I'm going to use the Girlactik bronzer, of course. This is why I love this brush so much, it's almost like a neck massage. Whew. But of course make sure there's not too much product on your brush before you do that, because you don't want to end up with an orange neck. My nose is doing strange things today. It also wants to be pink right at the tip. Then I'm just going to take some of the same blush that I used as eyeshadow, just use a teeny tiny bit and put that on my cheeks. And then I'm just going to take this Wet n Wild highlighter in the shade Precious Petals to go with the pink theme and, well, highlight. Back to the eyes, I'm going to take a bit of a limit on this Morphe M33 again and just work that into the crease again just to blend everything out. Then I'm just going to go back into that blush colour and just pack it on the lids again, because I feel like I've done a lot of blending and it's sort of disappeared. Not only is it a blush and an eyeshadow, it's also a magician. Stop being a show off, eh? Then I'm just going to take a pencil brush and put that same shade underneath my eyes. I'm also just going to take some of Nuna and a slightly smaller, well, not smaller, you know what I mean, like a narrower brush, and put that closer to the lash line and the blush. I'm just going to take the pencil brush again and use that just to mix everything out. And use that with a bit of the shade Limit just to buff everything together. Then for eyeliner, I'm going to try and do a winged liner with Purple Dash by MAC. Just going to rub some onto my hand and then take it on this brush. And try an eyeliner. But God knows this is probably going to be a disaster. but I'm not gonna turn it into a wing, but I am just gonna like fluff it out a bit at the edges, just so it's not like, it's not an emergency stop, it's just a stop sign. Okay, so now I'm just gonna curl my eyelashes. And then I'm just gonna apply some mascara. I'm gonna use this waterproof lash sensational by Maybelline. I'm using the waterproof because waterproof mascara, when you curl your lashes and use waterproof mascara, it holds your lash curl up, whereas if I just use the normal one, it might, well, it will fall down during the day, whereas this will keep them up. Which is an ideal situation, unless you're going to put false eyelashes on, which I cannot do. Then I'm just going to use some of the Rimmel Super Color 24 on top of that. This one isn't waterproof, but because I've already put a waterproof mascara down, that will hold, and then this can just add volume on top. Then for lipstick, again keeping with the like purpley pinky sort of theme, I'm going to go with Touch of Spice from Maybelline. Change your mind, it's a bit too pink, so I'm going to put MAC Whirl on top. Then of course, last but not least, I'm going to take some of Strange and just highlight my brow bone. Ooh. Then I'm going to drop everything on the floor, and then I'm going to take a big fluffy brush and just make sure there's no harsh lines between those colours. You see those little gold flecks on my face that I still have from that glitter? Oh, I've washed all my brushes and still. Anyway, last but not least, Make It Dewy by Milani. I've been practicing my setting spray face. Usually I'm like, can you tell? Does that look better? Ew, my top is soaking wet. Okay, so that's it for this monochromatic everyday-ish sort of makeup look. I feel like it would have been a lot faster if I had planned this look first. I knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't really know how to do it. Hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, thanks for watching.